Now we are at public comment for items not on the agenda tonight. Megan?
Hi. Can you hear me okay? Sure, great, thanks. I'm Megan Perry for the record. In keeping with the theme of transparency and accountability, I just wanted to bring a few things to the attention of the full board and to the community as a whole. Quick timeline, just so you can kind of catch up with where I am. In an email dated February 14th, 2023, this is email from the housing director to Josh Posner, Jamie Feely, Don Holgate, Libby Gibson, Andrew Vorsk, Ken Bogran, Brian Sullivan, Billy Cassidy, and it's the stakeholders. This was an email to discuss the path forward at Surfside Crossing, which could ultimately result in the withdrawal of the town's lawsuit and allow the project to proceed. Town council had prepared a brief agreement for all parties to sign in advance of the meeting, which will ensure confidentiality and non-conflict nature of the discussion. That's attachment KP 850437. I thought it was interesting that that was the same town council that was also to be advising the ZBA later on. April 7th, 2023, the Affordable Housing Trust violates the open meeting law by illegally discussing, deliberating, and voting to advise the select board to withdraw the ZBA's appeal. The members present included planning board chair and NPDC member Dave Iverson, who made the motion. After select board member Brooke Moore said she needed the vote, and this included the Affordable Housing Trust chair Brian Sullivan, staff members, the housing director. April 13th, 2023, the select board had an executive session, voted 3-2 to withdraw the ZBA from Surfside Crossing appeal. The members voting in favor were Moore, Holgate, Bridges. A press release was made by the PR firm for Holgate to read. April 19th, 2023, the ZBA meeting occurred where they requested town council send a letter to the select board requesting the ZBA appeal not be dismissed. That was KP Law that sent that. The next day, KP Law also signed and filed the dismissal for the town. Same attorney. Fast forward to January 2nd, 2024. Nantucket Tipping Point and Nantucket Land Council win the appeal. The appeal that the town decided to drop in Superior Court. February of 2024, there's loads of emails back and forth between the developer, the housing director, the Affordable Housing Trust chair, et cetera, with an option agreement between the town of Nantucket and the developer. July 25th, 2024, the housing director to the developer stating, I met with Brooke to discuss adding this to the select board's agenda for August 21st, 2024. I will need the proposal, cover letter, and this by the end of the day on July 29th to allow staff, administration, and town council time to review it. On July 29th, the agreement and the letter of select board support was sent. The developer provided the agreement and the select board letter of support for town administration and legal review. On August 19th, 2024, the housing director and the developer sent that out. Attached are the comments from staff and town council. See you at 2:30 at your office from
Megan,
the housing director.
we're at 3 minutes, okay?
I'll try to wrap it up as quick as I can. Yes.
Please wrap it up quickly.
Sure. I'd like to highlight some of the conditions of the agreement that town council, administration, whatnot reviewed. Just give me a minute to flip to that for you. In this agreement.
Okay, Megan?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I promise you, I'm getting there. Town support. It is a condition and precedent to the town's receipt of this, that the town
I yield
actively
my
and
time
publicly.
to Megan Perry.
Actively.
Excuse me. First of all, I'm going to stick to the normal protocol, okay, which is ask to be recognized before you speak, and I call on you. I use protocol in these moments for a reason. I'm normally pretty even-keeled, but when people step up to a mic and speak, it's not appropriate, okay? Thank you.
I'll be
Megan, your time is up.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
Megan,
the terms and the conditions
Megan.
include, without limitation, an
Can we turn off
unconditional
the
letter
mic,
of support
please?
for the project with the ZBA in the form of the attached letter. Prior to the initial public comment or public hearing for the project to be followed by the ZBA on September 5th. The project receives a
Megan?
comprehensive permit and other required permits for the construction.
I believe you understand the policy on public
and
comment.
conditions set forth in the HAC-approved comprehensive permit. The next thing that I found interesting in this document that was reviewed by town council and town administration
Megan, please.
That notwithstanding the options granted to the town hereunder, neither the town nor the ZBA nor any other third party would be Nantucket Land Council, and their representatives, successor design, shall have any rights to the project design construction on account of this agreement. If they wanted to put up the McDonald's arches, they could. So that I found interesting. The next thing I found interesting
Megan.
is a letter. Dear Chair and members of the Zoning Board of Appeals, I am writing on behalf of the Town of Nantucket Select Board to express the Select Board support for the comprehensive permit application submitted by Surfside Crossing in connection with the proposed development. And this is along with the joint statement provided by this. The project's fruition should move forward. This is an email from July 29th, 2024.
Megan, hang on a sec. Just let me intercede. I think once the time's up, people are going to stop listening. And even the people that support you are worried about this situation.
I got it.
Well, and the mic is muted?
Yes.
Oh.
In consideration of this commitment.
Megan, you're now at 6 minutes.
Support the project as approved by the Housing Appeals Committee as of September 16, 2022, which is now before the Zoning Board of Appeals on remand. The project serves critical. Sincerely, Brooke Moore, Chair, Town of Nantucket Select Board.
Do you see the
With
town
all of
council
that
has
being
the-
said,
John Giorgio, I recognize you, please.
Yes, Madam Chair, you've given the speaker multiple warnings. She has continued to speak. If you would like, you can ask her to leave the meeting, and if she refuses to leave, you can ask the police to escort her out of the meeting.
I'm not going to go to that. I'm going to count on Megan's respect for this body to please leave the microphone and sit down.
I have one more.
Now, Megan.
So in light of this information, I'm asking if we could consider another alternative and collaborative idea for this. project,
Megan,
which would involve 4 groups coming together, and I'm wondering if the select board could be so kind as to make this an agenda item to have an open collaborative discussion with stakeholders in this community who would be interested. That would be the schools, the Affordable Housing Trust,
Megan, no one is listening to your request because you're over time.
Our Island Home.
Megan?
I think that's something that could be of use to the entire.
Matt, can you help here?
I don't,
request that
you
the
know,
select board
I'm
make
not-
An agenda item soon.
I suggest you put yours in writing and it will be considered by the board. Thank you.
I have requested it become an agenda item in the past and been denied.
Okay. Megan, please step away from the microphone. Megan, please step away from the
Yeah,
microphone.
let other people speak. Yeah.
You will not be recognized to speak. Your time is up for the evening. Do you understand that? Can you acknowledge that? Megan, I asked you a question.
She's not kicking you out. Just
I believe you yielded your time.
I did to Megan.
Please, your time has been taken. Thank you. Please identify yourself for the record.
Hi, I'm Linda Durensis. I'm following up on the agreement that the town has been working on for over a year, both private citizen groups and conservation groups. You've been having backdoor meetings with the developer. I can't tell you how devastating this is. In number 11 in the agreement, neither the town or the ZBA or any third party shall have any rights to the project design and construction on account of this agreement. The developer shall retain sole and absolute to do anything they want with this development. You have wiped out, when you say third parties, that's the ZBA, the Board of Health, the Concom, the Planning Board, Zoning Board of Appeals. For a board that publicly states all the time, we can't do anything about that. That's not in our lane. This agreement shows you say one thing in public and another thing behind closed doors. You're giving these 2 developers not only the keys to the town, but also the checkbook. By what's in the agreement, minimum, you're giving them 25 million, top 86 million. Well, this is not yet signed by the emails and the going back and forth by all the lawyers. This is very much on its way to be executed by this board. The lack of transparency has been devastating. Well, the private citizens groups and the conservation groups are doing everything in their power to stop this high-density, unsafe development. There are no words for the actions that this shows. You all have a fiduciary duty and responsibility to the citizens who elected you of this island, not to two developers. It is now very apparent why you have dragged your feet on giving independent counsel to the ZBA. That same lawyer who has been approving all these things, who is saying, yes, 156 units you can build at Surfside Crossing, is going to tell the ZBA, stick to the 60 units that you approved. You know this isn't going to be happening, and now we know why you've been dragging your feet. You have undone decades and hundreds of years of wiping out all these boards. Do you know how much work went into all the work of the HDC, the Board of Health? And you're having these agreements and they've all been in secret. If this was such a great idea, when you backed out of the lawsuit, everybody said to you, what deal did you make? And everybody stood there and said, oh, there's no deal, we just want to go forward. We're devastated by the deception that this board and others and leaders in town government have done. We have come up with a plan that would move the island home, that would involve schools, giving them playing fields, giving affordable housing, and no, it doesn't benefit making two already millionaires billionaires. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Ashley Arisman. I just want to echo some of Megan's concerns and just say some of my own first. I do worry about the optics of our town government in a few situations, one with the ZBA and that lawsuit and an experience I had, of course, on the Conservation Commission where the select board kind of pulled one under us. I don't think it's a great look. It's not very transparent. And then I would like to yield the rest of my time to Megan because I would like to hear her idea. Thank you.
Thank you. With all of this information I've just provided, I'd also like to provide a collaborative idea for a discussion based on conversations I've had with many key stakeholders in our community regarding a collaborative potential proposal that involves multi-purpose community-based ideas to help solve some of the community's problems, again, involving the schools, the Affordable Housing Trust, the land bank, and our island home. For the schools, as our community continues to grow, the schools will need to expand both the buildings, the playing fields, the needs for more teacher housing. By putting a practice field at this location, it better helps keeping game fields on the main campus, in addition to some faculty housing to help fill a much-needed expansion of the school's faculty body. The Affordable Housing Trust could be true affordable housing community, and this could be placed on the state SHI list and keep us in safe harbor. And in keeping in line with what the ZBA approved of the 60 units throughout this, then they came about this by support from the town boards and town staff recommendations. Our finite resources have not changed since those recommendations. The land bank. As we are all well aware, the land bank is under the Special Act of Massachusetts legislation, and the land bank was established for conservation, recreation, agriculture for the benefit in perpetuity. What better way to fulfill that than providing open green space, walking paths, helping to further provide protection for our Zone 2 Wellhead Protection District and our island sole source aquifer. Our island home, whether you are for it or against it, the issue needs to be addressed, and by putting this at this location, many needs and concerns can be addressed. This is basically a clear canvas, and there's no reason why we couldn't establish where to put buildings. We wouldn't have to worry about sewer easements. You could put in ADA walking paths. There's loads of research done on intergenerational cohabitating, and so you could do that at this property. The community could benefit, and it would just be astounding if we could come together in a collaborative manner instead of having closed-door meetings. I'm asking to see if this board would please put an agenda item on to discuss a collaborative effort to move forward in a way that could benefit the entire community for the greater good and see what we could get done. Thank you.